What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you with the ongoing debates and negotiations between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. The statements, I've been waiting. Of course, they've been out maybe about a day, but so I got a lot of comments. A lot of people inboxing me about the fight. And first of all, let me report that Anthony Joshua stated that the fight is 95% done. He's sure it will be the next year. It's a lot of time to make the fight. The stars have aligned for these guys to clash, yada, 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 so they can get in the ring. He also said that the devil is in the details, and he's just not going to sign his life away. Also, what else did he say? He also mentioned that you can't pay him off with a flat fee. Okay. Now, that's information, that was good and bad. You know what I mean? It's kind of contradictory, but because it's like, okay, the fight will happen, so that's positive. But that I want sign my life away. I don't understand that. I know the devil in the details, so they're really getting everything. They're trying to get everything in order, right? But the flat fee of $50 million, pretty much he rejects it. Saying that he just won't do it for $50 million. Well, if you reject it, then you shouldn't say it, because once you say something, and the same thing goes to Deontay Wilder, but this is Anthony Joshua, okay? He was the last one to report. If you say something on public TV, you have to be a man about your word and say, hey, okay, if you give me $50 million, we can make the fight tomorrow. You don't say let's roll when the money is offered, the money is apparently presented. Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel stopped negotiations, but they continued with Al Heyman. Okay, Al Heyman is a guy that is known to get things done. So the $50 million is there. But then Joshua says, hey, let's set aside the money. I want the fight in the UK, and he wants to fight in America. And you guys listen to my videos. That was one of the fears that I had with getting the fight done. Because Deontay's camp is saying, well, hey, if we put up this much money, it's going to be in America. That's what Deontay Wilder said out of his mouth, coming from the airport or wherever he was when he got interviewed. Well, of course, Joshua, and he's going to want it in the UK for because of all the things he's built in the UK. So, you're still looking at a standoff over now venue, but the devil's in the details. So it really comes down, the details is where the hell the fight is going to be. You know what I mean? For both of these guys, they really shouldn't say things that they really don't mean. They say certain things to the public to, I guess, ease the mind of certain boxing fans or certain groups of people that want to know, inquiring minds, like, hey, yeah, well, if you do this, I'll take the fight easy. Or if you do that, I'll take the fight easy. But if it's more complicated than that, you must say and tell people flat out, hey, there's a lot of things that we need to get done first. Don't say, hey, I'll fight Anthony Joshua for, I'll fight him with whatever the terms are, as long as I get the same thing as a rematch, and then don't do it. You can't, and you also can't say, hey, yeah, you offer me $50 million and I'll fight tomorrow, because that's not true. It's more to it than that. So just be real with the people. That's all. That's what you really need to do when it comes to certain business mergers, because, both of these guys have pretty much done the same thing. Like I said in my videos, these guys have mirrored each other. For one saying this, I'll fight when this happens, and then it happens. Then, oh no, well, hold on, I'll fight when this happens. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? If these guys want to fight, the good news is the negotiations are still going. if I sense something that ain't right, I'm going to call you on it. It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what kind of fighter you are. Am I a fan or I'm not a fan of yours? You know what I mean? Because it's always something about each fighter that I like eventually. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it comes down to, okay, what do I like about this fighter versus what I don't like about this fighter? You know what I mean? And now it's more on the grounds of, okay, where the hell are these guys going to fight? Do they need to flip a coin or what? Because, you know, if Joshua wants it in the UK, you know, but then the $50 million is presented as a way to get him to the US. Would that only be would the $50 million only be included if he only fights in the US? So those are things that we still don't know, you know, because it could have been like, okay, yeah, we're back in the money. So you're taking this $50 million, but you're fighting in Vegas or you're fighting in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, or if you don't fight if you're fighting in the UK, okay, we might take your deal. So it's one of those situations where you really don't know how this is going to play out, you know. But if we go to 70% done, first it was the freezing of the fight ever been made, right? Then it was the rebuttals back and forth, right? We went through all that. Then it's the 70% almost done because the money's been verified. Okay. Now it's not really about the money. It's about now the venue, but now it's 95% made. Let's hear a report where it's 100% made. Let's get this fight done. You know, let's fight. You know, us as fight fans, we have to get this fight started. You know, so really, I see the fight getting made because two guys want to fight each other. You know what I mean? So it's not a fact or a matter of one guy's ducking the other guy. So stop all that. You know what I mean? Now, if the fight doesn't get made, we can then throw our hands up and then start pointing fingers again. But until then, if the fights and negotiations are still being are put together, you can't say no one's ducking anyone. They're just nitpicking over the details that they feel that gives each other an advantage. Deontay Wilder wants it in America. Anthony Joshua wants it in the UK. And they both have their legitimate reasons why. So it's still a standstill, you know. So guys, you know, don't give up hope. The fight will happen. You know, I promise you. Well, I can't promise you, but I'm pretty sure this won't be like a Maypac. It'll take 5 or 6 years to have it done. By that time, they're all old. Someone has got beat and all that shit. You know, so let's just hope for the best, you know. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this. Leave your comments below. And please subscribe. You guys been counterpunched. Peace.